Like one of you to unmute. Yes, team, unmute yourselves and you could share your journey about being a leader. Sometimes we as leaders will be taken for granted by our family members, our fans and followers. Yes, excuse me. May I now start up? Once again, you never know when you are in wrong hands or how people are using you. Seeing the good in you, people may make negative use of you. Or they may try to take out the good that you have and push you aside. So as leaders, you should be always consciously alert to lead yourself first in the right direction and to check and see if you are aware of the realities that this world has. Because we have seen the downfall of several great good leaders. Of course, there were leaders who lost their position due to certain reasons, negative reasons, but there were many, honest leaders who were let down by their own, family members as well and their own team. So friends, I'd like you, if you had any bad experience or a positive experience, you could also say on your journey in this leadership path. Please kindly, you can unmute yourself and answer. I would be happy. Not I, we at EmoCare would be happy to know that. And if nobody's yet, ready to speak up. So when you unmute yourself and speak, you are a leader.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, dear. You could go ahead, please. Yes, Medhavi.
Hello, everyone. I would like to share about this experience about my school days. When I was still in school, I wasn't an outgoing person who likes to be on the stage or the mic. So I was like always on the backstage team. And I was in charge of many things to go through, see through over many props and functioning of behind the scenes of every plays or competitions that our team or our housewise team would have in school. And I think at that time people downplayed the role because as before I was a part of a team like that, I always imagined, envisioned that the people on the screen or on the stage are very hardworking or they're not any less hardworking, but they are the stars and they do everything and it's very hard. But I think the biggest back dealer or biggest achievers are the ones who stand behind the curtains and hold the entire show so it does not fall apart. And when I was into that role, because I was always the in charge to oversee under the teachers, to oversee how it goes through. I was like the connection between the teachers. So that part was always downplayed. It's not just me, but many times it's seen that they are not taken seriously about these matters. Because that being part of that team and being in charge of that team made me realize that sometimes it's not just them, but I think they also deserve that time and that leadership also deserves the place or the responses, positive responses on the stage as equal as the ones on the stage.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very well said, Medhavi. I really appreciate what you say. And it holds a lot of truth. The people behind the stage and on screen, everywhere, every person should get their due. No matter who you are, how much of hard work you put in, everyone should get their due. Thanks, Medhavi, for sharing that beautiful journey of yours. I'd love to hear from other participants and other teammates. How was your journey? You could share positive as well as negative incidents. Yes, Maria ma'am. Would you like to share with us something? Yes, team. You see, the team has to be interactive.
तू इसे सू क्लिक करेलू मैंने बता भी नहीं
Maria ma'am, kindly mute your call. Maria ma'am, kindly mute your call, please. Dear team, this is what happens sometimes. We are unaware. Sometimes we are by mistake, pressing a certain button, and we can hear you speaking with your family members or traveling. So as leaders today, as leaders of our own lives first, let's take care of how we handle the social media. Let's be an example for everyone. We have round about 31 participants and only 2 of us have spoken. That is Medhavi and me. And of course, sir. Is there anybody else who would like to share your journey? I'm sure each one of you might have been leading at one time or the other in your life. Something positive or something like unpleasant. Yes, team?
I'll share
Yes.
something.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, my name is Sharmi. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Perfect, ma'am.
Right. So leadership, I'll talk about a recent leadership role that I have been playing in a NGO. It's a sports organization which organizes athletic meets in Delhi for all the veteran athletes in athletics at Olympic level. It is anybody over 35 is a veteran. So we had this challenge every year to organize this in the Delhi NCR region. The challenges are plenty from money. First of all, nobody wants to fund this kind of NGO. So fundraising itself is a challenge. Going to offices for sponsors is a challenge. Then going back, proving to them that this money is honestly deployed and that the sponsor will also get a return from if they sponsor such an event. That is a challenge. Then having the menu which suits everybody, that is a challenge. Being too democratic is a challenge. To get the participants to do fair play on the field is a challenge. So I was general secretary of such an organization, and looking after the VIPs on the field is a challenge to see that the whole day 100 athletes are competing, and the prize and the award ceremony is all over by 4 p.m.
The challenge.
So everything is a challenge, and
Yeah.
you have to be on your toes. Even when the national anthem is being sung, it's a challenge to see that nobody is on the phone. Like you said, even when you speak, if somebody is on the phone, it's so offensive.
That's great. That's great.
I don't even leave the phone when the national anthem is on or the flag hoisting is on. So many challenges are there, and I was successful year after year on this.
That's great. That's great. That's great. Hats off to you. So, team, we will start with our presentations. Okay. Today we are going to see 10 greatest presentations which the world has witnessed. Okay. So we are having here Dr. Anshu, Shambhavi, Mahesh, Neena, and Reena. Where is Reena? Reena will be joining, I think. Okay. So we are having the great people here to talk about, to tell about this great presentations. Okay. So who is ready to start? Anybody can start. Dr. Anshu?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Dr. Anshu, should I play any video after this?
Yeah, I will tell you, sir, in between.
Yeah, which one I have to play if you say?
Yeah, Sheryl Sandberg. I'm going to present about Sheryl Sandberg.
Yeah.
About being a leader.
Yeah, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Sometimes we as leaders will be taken for granted by our family members, our fans and followers.
Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, Annie, we will go with the presentation. We'll start the presentation.
Sure, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, Dr. Anshu,
Yes, sir.
what is the video which I have to
We are now
present?
started.
Yeah, 1 minute.
You never know when you are in wrong hands.
So something's being
How
recorded,
people
sir.
are using you. Seeing the good in you, people
I
may
guess.
make negative use of you. Or they may try to take out the good that you have.
Yeah, okay. I think nothing. So 39 people have joined. Great. Dr. Anshu, just one,
Yes.
please give me 1 minute. I will just open the presentation. Okay, the video, I will open it.
I also have made a presentation for this, actually.
Yeah, 1 minute, 1 minute. 1 second. I think you can show the presentations if you are having 1 second. Reena, can you share it in the chat box to me? Reena?
Yeah, just a moment. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll share
please share, please share it to me. So I think, Dr. Anshu, you will be showing the presentation on your own self, isn't it? PPT?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So I will make you co-host. I will make you co-host, and Shambhavi as co-host, Mahesh co-host, and Reena as a co-host. I think that's all. Yeah, Nina as co-host. Yeah. Have you shared to me? You can share it to me personally.
Yeah, sir. I've just now sent it to you, direct message.
Direct-
Please look into your inbox. Emo care, right?
Yeah, but it does not come. Can you? Yeah, it does. It does
Yeah.
come.
Okay. You got it?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, Anshu, you can proceed.
Let me share my screen at first.
Yeah.
Is my screen visible?
No, actually Zoom is visible. You can stop sharing and choose the correct one. Yeah. Yeah, it's visible.
Yes. Good evening, team. First of all, I would like to thank Shiva sir and the whole ImmoCare team for giving me this opportunity to present in front of so many incredible people over here. I am myself Dr. Anshu Atul Ginode. I have done my BMS and MA in psychology. I am YCB level 3 yoga teacher. I am a consultant psychologist and yoga therapist. So let's begin. Today's our topic is the world's greatest 10 presentations. So who are the best presentators? At first, we will see that Sheryl Sandberg, Steve Jobs, Tony Robbins, Dan Pink, Scott Harrison, and Amit. And there are so many other people also who are having that much influence. When they speak, they can influence the mob of people, the great audience. So, what makes them a great presentator? What make them a world-class presentators? Can anybody share their own views? Means what are there must be some common things, there must be some common qualities that world-class presentators must be having. So can anybody share? You can please unmute and please share. So more it will be interactive, it will be more interesting actually.
Hi, can I go ahead?
Yeah, sure, please.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Zubeda, and I feel that their confidence, their ability to influence people, their ability to motivate, or just their ability to speak effectively to people in a large group, whether it's public or, to address large number of people. I think all of these qualities together, they are able to, call themselves as world-class presentators.
Yeah, definitely that communication skills and that confidence in them. Anybody else?
They have a very good storytelling ability to engage the audience.
Yes.
Either be it with wit or anecdotes, and also they're ready to answer. The repertoire is immense, so they're able to field questions from the audience. I think that's also important for success.
Yeah, definitely that storytelling, because stories are something everybody likes, from kids to elders. Everybody likes stories. So here are some which I feel I put it here, that clear and concise communication. That means communication skills should be there, because many times we see that people are having that knowledge and everything, the stuff within themselves, but they are not able to communicate it properly in the proper way. So communication skills, that comes at a very utmost important when we talk about the presentation skills. The confidence, what I personally feel is that confidence comes from your knowledge. The more you will have knowledge, definitely the confidence will definitely come over there. Then charisma, Charisma is your attitude towards your life, your own personality. That positivity should be in, in your personality. It should be reflected through your personality. That charisma should be there. Then open body language, voice modulation, and empowering messages. That message, what message you want to convey, that should be very clear in your mind at first. Then you will be able to communicate it with the others. So these are few of, and there are so many people, so many qualities like storytelling. You told me that many things can come, we can add in this. Can anybody recognize this personality?
Sheet is the moment you publish your book on Amazon,
Kindly
you will
mute.
upload your link over there. You know why?
Can you recognize this personality? This is Sheryl Sandberg. And let's see about her. Into this.
Of Meta Platforms.
Yeah. She is American technology executive, philanthropist, and writer. Sandberg served as the COO of Meta Platforms, becoming the company's second highest ranking official. Along with this, the Sandberg released her first book, Lean In, Woman, Work, and Will to Lead on March 2013. The book concerns business leadership, development issues, and issues with the lack of women in government and business leadership positions and feminism. Means gender equality. She talks more about gender equality, and she sees that gap in the genders when we see the business, specifically when we talk about the business, there is a lot of gap in a proportion of males and females. And she is a vocal advocate for gender equality in workplace and has been recognized for her leadership and impact in technology and business. So her TED talk titled Why We Have Too Few Women Leaders become one of the most watched TED talks all the time. And what is that video? We will see that sir will share that video. Then you just observe her body language, what she wants to communicate, how she is communicating. I would like to, want to know from you people that what are your observations out of it, and I will definitely share my own views also. So sir, please, can you please share this video?
Yes, team, I'm just sharing the video. Can you take out the presentation?
Yeah, sure.
Once again, just I'm sharing. And it was one of the fantastic presentation.
So for any of us in this room today, let's start out by admitting we're lucky. We don't live in the world our mothers lived in, our grandmothers lived in, where career choices for women were so limited. And if you're in this room today, most of us grew up in worlds where we have basic civil rights.
And amazingly, we still live in a world where some women don't have them. But all that aside, we still have a problem, and it's a real problem. And the problem is this: women are not making it to the top of any profession anywhere in the world. The numbers tell the story quite clearly. 190 heads of state, 9 are women. Of all the people in parliament in the world, 13% are women. In the corporate sector, women at the top, C-level jobs, board seats, tops out at 15–16%. The numbers have not moved since 2002 and are going in the wrong direction. And even in the nonprofit world, a world we sometimes think of as being led by more women, women at the top, 20%. We also have another problem, which is that women face harder choices between professional success and personal fulfillment. A recent study in the US showed that of married senior managers, 2/3 of the married men had children, and only 1/3 of the married women had children. A couple of years ago, I was in New York and I was pitching a deal, and I was in one of those fancy New York private equity offices you can picture. And I'm in the meeting, it's about a 3-hour meeting, and 2 hours in, there's kind of needs to be that bio break, and everyone stands up. And the partner running the meeting starts looking really embarrassed. And I realize he doesn't know where the women's room is in his office. So I start looking around for moving boxes, figuring they just moved in, but I don't see any. And so I said, so did you just move into this office? And he said, no, we've been here about a year. And I said, are you telling me that I'm the only woman to have pitched a deal in this office in a year? And he looked at me and he said, yeah, or maybe you're the only one who had to go to the bathroom. So the question is, how are we going to fix this? How do we change these numbers at the top? How do we make this different? I want to start out by saying, talk about this, about keeping women in the workforce, because I really think that's the answer. In the high-income part of our workforce, and the people who end up at the top Fortune 500 CEO jobs or the equivalent in other industries, the problem, I am convinced, is that women are dropping out. Now, people talk about this a lot, and they talk about things like flex time and mentoring and programs companies should have to train women.
So the whole video I'm not going to play. The link we'll be sharing in the group. You can see it afterwards. So you have seen the video for 3 minutes. Okay, I will play the last few minutes, 2 minutes. Please observe the communication, the verbal, non-verbal language, and what is unique about our presentation, everything. Kindly just note it.
Not moving. We are not going to get to, we're 50% of the population. In my generation, there will not be 50% of people at the top of any industry. But I'm hopeful that future generations can. I think a world that was run where half of our countries and half of our companies were run by women would be a better world. And it's not just because people would know where the women's bathroom are, even though that would be very helpful. I think it would be a better world. I have 2 children. I have a 5-year-old son and a 2-year-old daughter. I want my son to have a choice to contribute fully in the workforce or at home. And I want my daughter to have the choice to not just succeed, but to be liked for her accomplishments. Thank you.
Yeah, over to Dr. Anshu.
Yes. Can anybody please share their views, what they observed?
Why is this? Hi, good evening. Can I go in? Please. Shall I go in and tell everybody what I understood?
Yeah, sure.
Well, when we talk about the woman force of the world, whether we are in India or anywhere in the world, women have a much greater role to play everywhere, but still in the corporate sector, they are not really accomplished and acknowledged still. And I think they are trying, they are working so hard, but there is a lot still to come in for them. And it will happen, we'll be all walking hand to hand together, male and female. But yes, the male psyche has to understand that, and that'll be a great utopia world.
Yeah, Ashima, very nice, Ashima, very nice viewpoints. But what we are expecting that, what do you feel about the presentation skills that Sandberg shared? Whatever she has shared, her body language, her non-verbal and verbal communication skills, we want your feedback on her presentation skills.
Sure, I'm so sorry. When I talk of that, I'm myself a communications and a personality development trainer and a psychologist.
Oh,
I have masters. I started training people on language skills and body language skills because it's really important. When you talk about body language, synchronization of your tone, the words which you use, the intonation, the rises and the lows of the way you go, and the free movement of your body. If you're not able to connect to the audience through your eye contact, through your words and through your body language, because body language speaks more than 80% of what you're wanting to tell people.
Yes, sure. Definitely, Ashima. So anybody else?
Yeah, I can talk a little bit about the topic. It's a very sensitive topic.
Sharmi, 1 minute. Not about the topic.
Okay.
Please, I request people not to talk about the topic. We are not here for it. Talk about what is that you observed as far as the communication is concerned. We are concerned about the communication. Yeah, please go.
Can I, sir?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. What I observed is that she covered the stage. She was walking and she covered the stage, and she herself was actually she was standing tall in front of the audience, and her body language and voice modulation was very expressive.
One peculiar thing, how many of you have noticed? As far as the presentation is concerned, please put it in the chat box. One aspect, okay, which you observe from this. One unique aspect. Put it in the chat box. Yeah, Dr. Anju, with this, I think we can give to the next person.
Can I share my
Yes.
observations?
Anju, I think somebody wants to share.
Is there anybody?
Okay. Yeah, Anju, you can just proceed and finish it.
Yeah, sure. So what are my observations are emotional resonance. We can see that what is emotional resonance? Emotional resonance is the ability of a person to influence the connect with the person emotionally and influence that person emotionally. So that emotional resonance we can see in her talk. Evidence-based arguments. She has that data, research, statistics with her that that adds credibility to her data, and whatever she says, that if some lay person is telling something and with you are telling something with research based, definitely it impacts people more. Then actionable advice, whatever advices she has given, short but practical, very practical advices. When you go through the whole entire video, then you will understand it definitely. And the last something, authenticity, definitely the educational background you are having, that knowledge definitely adds that authenticity. Because when just right now I have told that lay person, when that lay person says something and the person who is qualified in that particular thing, when she says, then definitely it makes some difference. Then personal stories, you can see that personal stories, she has added so many stories in her every talk. When you will see in YouTube, you will observe that she shares her personal stories that will definitely connect audience with her. Data and research I have already covered, and I want to end up with this last note, that with a little bit fun, that human brain starts working the moment you are born and never stops until you stand up to speak in public. So I can understand that whenever we talk at first or second or third, it gives you some, you may stuck somewhere, but with practice, definitely you can achieve this. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Anju. One of the aspect in this, can you just take out the?
Yeah, sure.
One of the aspect is she has not used any presentation. There is no PPT. There was no PPT, and she was able to inspire. She was able to inspire by using her voice modulation, and her personal story, and with her body language. She was able to inspire everyone. That was one of the greatest aspects. It is not that every presentation there should be a PPT. PPT is, if in a presentation, sales presentations or business presentations, PPT is must. But even without PPT also, people can inspire others, and that is one of the aspects. Yeah, who is going to next? Rina? Yeah, Rina, please go ahead.
Sir, one small request. Before I start presenting PPT, I would like you to show the video first. Then I will start my.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. What is the video I have to show?
Amy Tan. Amy Tan. You have to show her video.
Can you repeat?
Amy Tan. The Where Does Creativity Hide? That is the title.
What is the title?
Amy Tan. Where Does Creativity Hide?
Wow, that's great. That's a great one. I will show the. Oh God! Wow, super.
The value of nothing.
Out of nothing comes something. That was an essay that I wrote when I was 11 years old, and I got a B+. But I'm going to talk about nothing out of something and how we create. And I'm going to try and do that within the 18-minute time span that we were told to stay within and to follow the 10 commandments. That is actually something that creates a near-death experience, but near death is good for creativity. Okay. So I also want to explain, because Dave Eggers said he was going to heckle me if I said anything that was a lie or not true to universal creativity. And I've done it this way for half the audience who is scientific. When I say we, I don't mean you necessarily. I mean me and my right brain, my left brain, and the one that's in between that is the censor and tells me what I'm saying is wrong. And I'm going to do that also by looking at what I think is part of my creative process, which includes a number of things that happen. Actually, the nothing started even earlier than the moment in which I'm creating something new. And that includes nature and nurture and what I refer to as nightmares. Now, in the nature area, we look at whether or not we are innately equipped with something perhaps in our brains, some abnormal chromosome that causes this muse-like effect. And some people would say that we're born with it in some other means, and others, like my mother, would say that I get my material from past lives. Some people would also say that creativity may be a function of some other neurological quirk, and the Van Gogh syndrome, that you have a little bit of.
Yeah. So the video also we will be sharing in the group. The full video, you can see it. Yeah, 1 minute. Rina, the last 2 minutes also I will play.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Thank you, sir.
It is to simply imagine. And to imagine is to put myself in that story until there is a transparency between me and the story that I am creating. And that's how I've discovered that if I feel what is in the story, in one story, then I come the closest, I think, to knowing what compassion is, to feeling that compassion. Because for everything in that question of how things happen, it has to do with the feeling. I have to become the story in order to understand a lot of that. We've come to the end of the talk, and I will reveal what is in the bag, and it is the muse, and it is the things that transform in our lives that are wonderful and stay with us. There she is. Thank you very much.
That was one of the beautiful ending. Yeah, Rina, please go ahead. 80 people have joined. Thank you very much, team. Thank you very much for joining Side Talk. And today we are having here great people. Everybody is very much, what do you call? They are all great in presentation skills. We have in front of us Andrea, we are having Sharmi Mitra, and we are having Dr. Anshu, and we are having so many people here. They are all very good in presentation skills. Just a few minutes before, Sharmi Mitra was talking about her own long journey and the challenges she has met in her corporate struggle. Okay, so we are having great people here. Okay, and great people joining for this kind of Side Talk. Really, we are very, very happy. That means this program at least gives something to the people, and I'm very, very thankful to the people who are presenting today. 81 already reached, and we have completed 2 presentations. One video we have completed. Now over to Rina. Yeah, Rina.
Yeah, sir. Just a moment. I'll share my screen.
So till she shares the video, we are talking about the top 10 presentations. Now, these top 10 presentations has been chosen by the great people. Okay. Even TED Talks, there was a competition in which they selected the best of the TED presentations. And we are today going to see 10 presentations, which has been acknowledged by people that it is a great presentation and it has won many prizes. Yeah.
Yeah, sir, I will start.
Yeah, please.
Just tell me whether you're able to see it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes, it's visible.
yeah, so good evening, everyone. My name is Reena Dave. I am a certified life coach, certified mindfulness coach, and certified EFT trainer, that is emotional freedom technique. These are my contact details. And what we saw just now was Amy Tan. And now we will have a look at who she is. So Amy Tan, this is her photo. She is the most well-known author of the Joy Luck Club. That is her book with which she gained fame, and that was also the New York Times bestseller and was nominated for a National Book Award. And like this much was not enough, it also got adapted into a hit feature film. So Amy Tan is arguably one of the most famous Chinese American writers today. So her novels, short stories, and essays are filled with intimate details about growing up as a first generation American and what it is like to be both, separate from the Chinese culture and also be a part of it somewhere. So Amy Tan was mostly influenced by, after Sir shares the link with you guys, you'll be able to see in it that she mostly spoke about her mother and how her strong opinionated mother has influenced her life and her life choices. So that is what she talks about in the TED Talks, and this was her most famous and successful talk. The title is Amy Tan, Where Does Creativity Hide? So now that you're able to see a bits of it, you might be questioning what makes Amy Tan's presentation so great. So these are the few points which I have picked. So there are a lot many other points, but due to time constraint, I will be focusing on these 5. So this is the art of storytelling. I'm audible, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Yes, ma'am.
So the art of storytelling. So see, team, you might recollect when you were younger, when you were a little child, your grandparents or maybe your teachers, maybe your parents, whoever in your family was, they used to tell you stories, and we as a child were fascinated by it. We used to get so engrossed in it that sometimes our parents would call, okay, beta, it is time for dinner. And we were like, no, mom, 5 minutes, just 5 more minutes. Let me know what is the climax, what is the end, how does it end, whether they are happy, whether they are sad, whether there is a thrill, suspense. So that is the art of storytelling, and that Amy Tan knows how to do. She described her own life story, but in such a way that you felt like, okay, I'm just listening to a story. I'm not at some famous TED Talk show. I'm just here to listen the story and enjoy it. So that is the art of storytelling. It adds fun to all the serious things. Then the second point is hand gestures. When you see Amy Tan was presenting, she was able to use these hand gestures so well. Like if you want to talk about something general or like about world or universe, she was opening her hands wide like this. And when she used to talk about something deep or serious, she would place her hand down like a stream. See, this is a deep thing going down. So people would become serious. So even with her words, even with her hands, even with verbal and non-verbal cues, she was captivating the audience. So that makes us our third point, that is connecting with the audience. She had such a great rapport with the audience that they were able to feel all the emotions which she was conveying. So what makes her presentation so great? Because you know what your audience wants, you are able to serve them that. So see, whenever we go somewhere where we don't know what the menu is, and coincidentally or maybe miraculously, we just get what we were wishing. Okay, pani puri ho aaj to acha lagega, or maybe a waffle would be good. So it is just like they read your mind, and when you're presented with that, you become happy. So that is connect with the audience. She had that. And fourth is humorous elements. So see, if I keep on talking like this, okay, so this comes after that, and then okay. So you people will be like, okay, Reena ma'am is boring us with boring stuff. But when I say, when I crack a joke, or maybe what she was doing, she was cracking jokes, although it was about her life, but she was keeping a monotonous tone. But that was not boring because there were humorous punches in between. So her audience was laughing with her, not at her. So that is another great component. And fifth is relatable content. So see, if I come and talk all high five, you guys would feel like, no, I can't relate with this. I'm not finding it interesting. But she said her story in such a way that everybody felt, okay, Amy Tan is just a normal person. She knows what she is doing. And yeah, I could relate. Yeah, this also happened with me. Yeah, my mom also used to tell me all these things. So that is what holds the audience. And at the last, you saw the poodle that came out of her bag. So because she had placed that bag right from the start, all the members of audience, they were thinking, okay, bag mein kya hoga? What would come out of it? So that is another thing which, hoarded the attention of audience. So these are all the points. And now we shall proceed ahead. Okay, I want now someone to unmute and tell me which movies are these. Can somebody do that? You guys must have seen one or two from it.
All of them.
All of them, yes. In our chat story. Can you name? Give me your name. Who answered? Because I'm not able to see you guys.
The Incredibles, Monsters, Toy Story 3, Toy Story 2.
Thank you so much for answer. Now the next slide will make you all much happier because we have Cars, A Bug's Life, Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo was my favorite all the time while growing up. I used to watch it again and again. Although I knew each and every dialogue, okay, iske baad ye bolne wale, but I just couldn't get enough of it. So does anybody know which company produced all these movies?
Walt Disney.
Walt Disney, but like the older, the main company whose ideas were there, they are Pixar Animation Studio. Disney Pixar, right? So Disney got added later on, if I'm not wrong. So main thing is Pixar. So Pixar is the world famous company about storytelling. They are so successful. They have given 7 non-stop hits. So now today's second topic is Pixar's 22 rules to phenomenon storytelling. So see, if you guys paid attention, just now I was talking about the art of storytelling, right? So अभी हमें पता चल गया है कि storytelling is such a great thing. So we need to know na how to do that. Don't we need to know? We need to know, right?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, of course.
So there are 22 rules, but due to time constraint, I cannot tell all of them. So I've picked out 4 or 5, and I will let you know how it captivates the reader and how it helps the writer. So rule number 2 says, keep in mind what's interesting to an audience, not what's fun to do as a writer. They can be very different. So here what Pixar is saying is, let's suppose I am a writer. Okay, Reena Dave is a writer. Chalo, I've become a writer now. So now I want to write a children's book. So for children's book, I cannot keep the theme of, something gore or something with violence or suspense or thriller. Forget children touching the book. They might even get nightmares after just, looking at it. So that is not appropriate for the audience, for the reader. So I need to keep aside what I like to write, and I need to deliver what audience wants to read. So writing is reader focused. You need to know what to serve to them. Then the next rule is, what is your character good at or comfortable with? Throw the polar opposite at them, challenge them. How do they deal? So you will all get bored, right? If every day you will get to eat pani puri only. See, pani puri is my favorite, but I cannot have it all day. I mean, I would require some kind of change, right? So you guys must be liking different kinds of delicacies, but you'll get bored at some time, right? If things are repeated, if it becomes monotonous. So you need to challenge yourself. You need to challenge your character. See, if they are in their comfort zone, your book will not be a success. So you need to come out of it and throw the opposite. So if they are a shy person, you need to make them do something very courageous. So that will outshine the character. That will make that impact which is required to capture the audience. The another rule is, come up with your ending before you figure out your middle. Seriously, endings are hard. Get your working up front. So we all know there is story has introduction, that is initial part, the middle part, and the climax. We all think, right, कि happy ending होने वाली है, sad ending होने वाली है, क्या होने वाली है? See, अगर sad ending है ना, तो just let me know first hand. I will not go see that movie. So that is the kind of thing we focus on, how they come to an end. So here Pixar is saying, even before you figure out the middle, just be ready with the end, so as to not be not to engage in the dilemma of इनको मार दूं characters को कि जिंदा रखूं, इन्हें एवरेस्ट पे चढ़ा दूं या खाई में फेंक दूं. You need to be clear about that. Then another one is, when you're stuck, make a list what wouldn't happen next. Lots of times the material to get you unstuck will show up. So see, you're thinking there is a problem, I'm not able to get past this writer's block. But when you start thinking about what is not the problem, you will come up with the solution. So जैसे 3 Idiots में बोला है, problem के पीछे मत भागो, solution पे focus करो. So don't keep on studying, start understanding it. Then another one is, pull apart the stories you like. What you like in them is a part of you. You have got to recognize it before you can use it. So, acha, jaise sir had taken session earlier. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with Johari windows concept. In Johari window, there is a part called hidden. So that is hidden, that is unknown to you and to others. अभी आप में कोई अच्छी quality है, you have something good within you, which you are not aware about, which others are also not aware about. So how will you put it to good use? So that from hidden, your quality from hidden needs to come to your known part. That is to your awareness. Then only you can use it, right?
That's great. Yeah, Reena, great presentation, Reena. With 10, we will stop it because other trainers are also there. Okay.
Sir, may I request just 2 more slides are remaining?
Quick, Reena. And
Yes,
Reena, see, your presentation is very nice, but it loses because you are not on the camera.
Sir, I'm presenting with phone, so.
Yeah, okay, no problem. Yeah, please go.
Yeah, sir, I will just be very quick and prompt. So putting it on paper lets you start fixing it. So an idea needs to be presented on paper, because out of sight is out of mind. When you don't put it on paper, you will tend to forget it, and that idea will remain idea only. And why must you tell this story? So what is the belief burning within you? So if I ask myself, why am I doing the presentation? So because I want the world to know about something I have come across that is so great, and I want you all to know. I want to share this with you all. So what I believe is burning within myself, and that is the heart of the story. So you need to be firm with your belief and believe in what you write. So with this, everybody knows Shah Rukh Khan, kyunki this is not the end. Picture abhi baki hai mere dost. Thank you so much for listening to me patiently. Thank you all. Yes, sir.
So, can you just remove the presentation? Team, someone is texting
Yeah, sir, I'm
unwanted
doing it.
aspects in the chat box. Okay, so let us forgive them. Okay, we should have this kind of people. Okay, unless and until we have this kind of people, we may not know who is good. If at all we want to know about good people, we need bad people. Only when bad people are there, we will be able to understand good people, isn't it? So thank you very much. Your name says something. I don't want to use the name. Okay, bomb. Okay, and here we are all intellectual bombs. Okay, and thank you very much for joining. Okay, we are all intellectuals here. Okay, and you are not going to disturb us. So I will give you 3 minutes time. I may call out anyone, but I will call out only the person who is on the video. Okay, 3 minutes time. Okay, from your life. Okay, you have to tell a small aspect which is captivating. Okay, when someone is able to do on the TED Talk, why can't we able to? But the thing is, it should be very short because we don't have time. Okay, it should be very short. 2 to 3 minutes you have to talk with your whole body speaking, because when you talk, what you talk you should believe, isn't it? I will give you 2 minutes time, and whoever is ready, you can raise your hand. I will give chance only to one because we don't have time. But everybody prepare it. Okay, everybody prepare it, and you can put it in the what do you call, in your group, or you can send it to me. Afterwards, you can send it to me. I will put it in the groups. Okay. Yeah. 2 minutes time. Prepare something great from your life. What is it you would like to communicate to people, which can change people? There should be something. There should be something to feel emotional content or a humorous content. Okay. 2 minutes time. 2 minutes time. Please raise your hand. When I say 5:53 now, 5:55. Please think. And whoever is going to share, they should be on the video. As far as Reena is concerned, actually, she was doing it from her phone. So that's why she was not able to come on the video. Even without video, she was able to create a very good rapport with people. Yeah. 2 minutes. Please think any incident in your life, how you will start, how you will end, what is that inside you will put it. All these things you have to think. What is the incident? How I will start, how I will end, and what is that people will take from it. Whether it is an emotional content or a humorous content. You will have to, if it is an emotional content, keep it emotional, little bit here and there, little humor you can add it. But it is completely emotional, don't add a humor because that will spoil the entire presentation. 1 more minute time, I will be silent. Prepare. 1 more minute, then I will ask. Please raise your hand. After 1 minute. After 1 minute. Okay, the time is up. Okay, whoever is ready, you can just raise your hand because Mahesh is going to present, so I'm not giving him chance. Okay, whoever is presented, no, because you are going to present. Other than that, that is from the participants. Whether anybody is ready, please raise your hands. Anybody? Yeah. Yeah, Sharmi, please go ahead. 2 minutes. Okay, yeah. Please go ahead.
Thank you. I will share something from my personal life. Well, I migrated to Switzerland after my marriage. Since time is short, I will tell you the snapshot of it. After working for a few years, I had a child. And when my child was 1 year, I took a solid decision to come back to India because I was not able to rise higher or break the glass ceiling in the corporate world abroad, because I married a joint family, which was in India. While we were abroad, we were only nuclear, which was me and my husband. So we lacked I thought, to give a complete holistic upbringing to my son, it was necessary that I place ourselves back in India, where the grandparents or his grandparents or my in-laws are there, and we have the other support system. So I sacrificed my movement or career ambitions abroad and came back to India. So for me, it was most important to give him the sufficient upbringing, just the way I had, and not cheat him on that. This became a bone of contention for many people, because why I had put aside my career and what I was doing with myself, where I am getting fulfillment, whether I feel satisfied, whether I was completely satiated and emotionally and professionally completely occupied while my son was growing up, was really a debatable issue. So I had to keep my mind occupied by doing I went into education, I picked up my German, I did a few courses, so that I was completely not immobilized at home and was always semi-working. Those days, the work at home culture was not there, which has only come about in the last couple of years. So it was very difficult for me to, from an executive or a managerial position, to put myself in a part-time job where I'm sitting at the reception, because I was completely untrained for that kind of position. So I was really in a flux what I should do and how long I have to wait so I can make my forays back into the corporate world. Though I went back to the corporate world 4 times or 5 times, and I had as long a stint as I could before I was called home again by my son for his reasons of health or being overloaded from the school. We know the Indian system of school always expects children to turn out projects every day, and if the parents are not hands-on, it's impossible. So I chose to be that mom, where I thought, anyway, it's a matter of 12 years. Somebody gave me those 12 years. So I also should give such time for the success of my career, of my child, which is also an investment for me. Meanwhile, I did work, I did earn. Of course, everybody thought I will do something astounding, as if I will just jump and go to the moon or become a CEO in one day. It was not possible. And I had to tone down expectations of people. And even now I feel if somebody turns around and asks me, what have you done in my life? I get a big shock, because people, especially the mankind or the male genders, they are not used to, they don't see the sacrifice. This doesn't count as work for a lot of people in the corporate. So I have to put it into a professional, it's a challenge always to convince people that I was doing something which is going to hold my family or build our future together, because instead of having weaker children or a generation which is not looked after is a potential danger for myself also. So I chose to invest in that. Not that I was not doing anything. I finished my German from Max Miller Bhavan, and I did 10 years at Aviva also as a financial planning advisor, and I'm also doing social work in athletics, as I said in the introduction. So it was always, I was constantly in touch with people in my profession, constantly networking with the people, so I can put all the threads together when I am free again. I'm sure in my life the chance will come again. It's not that the second chance doesn't come, but you have to be at it. That was my learning, that all the time be at it, keep nipping at the bud, and sometimes the doors will open. And if you're ready, when the opportunity comes, you'll be able to strike. But the preparation has to be done. I mean, at no stage one can say that I have stepped out and after 10, 15 years, I will make a big entry. It doesn't happen like that. And I'm sure it won't happen.
Very nice. So yeah, 3 minutes talk. Yeah, 3 minutes talk. Very nicely she has done. So something, it has to be sacrificed at some point of time. But after that, after the sacrifice also, a woman has the ability to move forward in the career and make a name for it. That is what Sharmi communicated. That's up to you. Yeah, Mahesh will go ahead with the presentation now. Mahesh, please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, sir. So I would like to share my screen and start my presentation.
So Mahesh is into financial.
So my name is Mahesh Dagola, and this is what I'm presenting.
Your presentation is not.
Yeah, sir. So you can see the screen?
No. Actually, what we are seeing is Lata DSP funds. Lata, yeah, now it's correct. Yeah.
Oh, we
Okay.
can see.
So I would like to directly begin with asking you a question. Do you believe in magic?
Yes.
So always,
Yes.
so I always used to wonder how the magic of success happens in real life. Now, before I talk about it, I would like to share two small stories. The story number one is about a lady whose husband is a policeman. Now, this lady had a very strong conviction that no matter what happens, my husband should never get COVID-19. And she used to try various things, but she was never satisfied with it. And one day she called an expert to get more clarity on it. So she gave the entire explanation to the expert, saying what exactly I need to do so that my husband should not get COVID. So the expert was like, it's just not possible. But then, what you can do is you can ask your husband to wash his hands regularly. You can ask him to wear his mask. So immediately this lady interrupted and said, I know all that thing. I do all that thing. Tell me more. The expert was not very happy, but then again he started. So what you can do is whenever he comes home, you can ask him to wash all his clothes. You can give him all the good things so that his immunity increases. Again, she interrupted and she said, I do all of that thing. Tell me more. Now he got irritated and he said, Madam, आपके पति को कुकर में डालो और 2 सीटी मार दो. So thankfully, she didn't do it, and the husband lived to tell this tale. Surprisingly, this person never got COVID. I always feel that thanks to his wife's strong conviction. My second story is about my wife and breakfast. See, if nothing is decided about breakfast one day prior in my house, then normally we get the breakfast at 11 or 12 in the morning. Because till 10 a.m., my wife keeps wondering, what should I make? What should I make? What should I make? To solve this, we gave her a list of 1 week, saying, every day you make this thing. And because of this clarity, trust me, we started getting the breakfast by 8:30 in the morning. So
You are very fortunate. You are getting at 11 o'clock. You are very fortunate.
Ooh, mera
Yeah, Mahesh, please go ahead.
Yeah, I would like to share a small video with you. I hope you can see this.
So what is the topic which you have chosen from the 10?
Sir, it's about Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs introducing Macintosh and iPhone.
So only iPhone we will show it to people.
I'm showing a small clip, not entire thing.
Yeah. Please. Because we are having 4 more trainers. And people are also 81, at least 81 remaining. Very nice. Yeah. So Mahesh is taking the Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs style, actually it has got its own name, Steve Jobs style. So Mahesh will be showing it now. Yeah. Should I show or you are showing?
I'm showing, sir. You can see it?
No, it has not come. You have to stop this. Only magic is that. Steve Jobs presentation skills. Actually, there are 3 books written on these aspects.
Sir, you can see it now?
Yes. You can play it from the beginning.
No, I want to show a small clip.
Yeah, okay.
Sir, sorry to interrupt, but there is no sound.
Yeah, we cannot hear.
You can just put a share sound. The sound is not coming. Mahesh, we will do one thing. You take out the presentation. I will show Steve Jobs 2 minutes video. I will show it. You can continue.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I'm just showing Steve Jobs presentation. Then you can just talk from that. One of the best video team. This is.
So start from point 30.
I've been looking
Point 30.
years.
Start from point 30.
Apple has been, well, first of all, one's very fortunate if you get to work on just one of these in your career. Apple's been very fortunate. It's been able to introduce a few of these into the world. In 1984, we introduced the Macintosh. It didn't just change Apple. It changed the whole...
Yeah, sure. I want you to show the Macintosh one first. From point 30.
Point 30.
Yeah.
All of the images you are about to see on the large screen will be generated by what's in that bag.
You have to go to 38.
2.11 only, sir. 2.13. That's it. Stop it there.
Achha, 2.13.
13. No, when let it continue and let's stop it 2.13.
Achha. Team, you will have to go to 30 at that time. Okay. When it was introduced, actually, internet and all these things were not that much fun.
So, what I want to say is, it is this keen observation of Steve Jobs, where he wanted to make people's work easier. So it is this strong convention due to which, he launched Macintosh to solve that problem. That made Steve Jobs great. And, what is so, the amazing thing about Steve Jobs is the computer which you see in front of us, which is making our life easier. He thought, is there a way can we put this entire computer where we can put it in a small something where we can just put it in our pocket? That is this amazing clarity due to which he introduced the second one, iPhone. So can you show the second video? Start from 2.11. Second video from 2.11, iPhone 1.
I think sir is on the phone.
Achha, okay. I'll just show it if I can. Is the audio there?
No, sir.
Audio is not there, is it?
Yes. You could explain, I think, without a video, you could go ahead, sir. No issues.
Yeah.
The audio is not clear, sir. We can't hear anything.
It's all right. It's all right. Just see the video only. I'll explain to it. So this is where So this is where the Steve Jobs, thought of why not to put all the three things together, an iPod and a phone and the internet put together, and they introduced this in an iPhone. So that's because of this amazing clarity. So coming back to my presentation, so it is the conviction and the clarity. So this is what to ask. So when does the magic happen? The magic happens when there is conviction and when there is clarity. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Brilliant, sir. Excellent. Brilliant.
Wow, great, great. This is one of the best presentations. See, always we used to tell KISS. KISS is keep it so simple, keep it super simple. If at all you want to complete your presentation in 5 minutes, okay, try to finish it in 4 minutes and 99 seconds. Yeah. Because people have their own time. Now, even 6 o'clock, we have to complete. Okay, already 13 minutes over. We will quickly complete Shambhavi. It was a very wonderful, Mahesh. Wonderful. Yeah, Shambhavi.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. I will share my screen first.
Yeah. What is the video I want to play?
Sir, no video, only PowerPoint.
Acha, okay. About which author you are going to talk, Shambhavi?
Smoking the Convenient Truth.
Huh? Yeah. Okay, okay. Please go ahead. So you are in 10th. Wow.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So 1 minute. Can you take out the slide for 1 minute? Then you can put it.
Yes.
Only 1 minute. Just take out the sharing.
Yes, sir, done.
Yeah. Okay, team. Please come on to the video and why can't you clap for the girl? See, that is what. That is what. Actually, we should not have fear. Actually, the fear should fear.
Yeah, you presented today.
Isn't it? Fear should fear. Fear should fear us. And it was great, Shambhavi. Yeah, please go ahead.
Hello everyone, myself Shambhavi Darbari and I am a student of class 10th. I have made many presentations till now. Even one of my presentations had won national award. I have made presentations for DM of Meerut and Manpuri, some famous districts of Uttar Pradesh. I am also a member of World Teen Parliament. So we basically make rules and regulations for teenagers on online platforms, and we also make new apps. Today, I'm here to discuss about the presentation. Thank you, sir. So I am here to discuss about the presentation, Smoking the Convenient Truth, which was presented by Empowered Presentation under the guidance of Yancy. So I have taken some PowerPoint slides and analyzed why this presentation has been awarded as the world's greatest presentation. The first thing which I have noticed is that the presenter has used a very catchy and a unique topic, which is Smoke the Convenient Truth. So it could catch the attention of audience, and audience might take interest in our further content if they like the topic. So first thing I have learned from this PPT is that we should take an interesting title of our presentation so that audience could also take interest in our further contents. The second thing is the picture choice was awesome. The pictures are of high definition and they are so much clear that they could connect to the audience very easily. So I have learned that pictures and visuals are very important in our presentation. The third thing which I have seen in this presentation is the content selection. The presenter had done a great research on their presentation
which tells us that they have used exact figures. Like China is home to 300 million smokers. They are telling us the exact figures: 3 million cigarettes a minute. So this shows us how great research they had done on their presentation. Next thing is that I have seen that instead of using big sentences or big paragraphs, presenter had used many small captions so that that the audience could read it very easily and visuals could connect to the audience. So at last, I have seen these points which made this PPT as the world's best presentation. First is presenter picked up a very unique title. Second, presenter used appropriate visuals to connect to the audience. Had made a content-rich presentation. Presenter used captions instead of big sentences, which seems to be a bit boring. Presenter had chosen most appropriate font style and size. Like in the previous slides we have seen with the smoke, they have used some font which is similar to it, not like this simple font which is a kind of boring. It looks great. So which looks great is something we are looking for. So thank you. That's all from my side. And I hope I could enhance my skills from this webinar.
Bye. Yeah, Andrea.
Yes, sir. Awesome, sir. Awesome.
Andrea, please tell something about actually one of the best presentation of today.
Yes, awesome presentation. And the way she connected with the audience, and I think she aced it very well. This is what team we are looking for. You have to build such skills. She has got it from a very young age, and she's a great inspiration to me personally and to our entire team and to all the EmoCare family members. Thank you so much, my dear. God bless you. Excellent. Super. A big round of applause from our side.
Shambhavi, whatever you are doing it on the international level, okay. Every week we are having this site talk, okay. Please do join us and share the aspects which you are doing on the international level and the national level, on the many aspects which you told you are doing. Share it with all of us, okay. At any point of time, if you require any kind of support also, you can always knock the site talk. We can join, and here we are having a very trainer, psychologist, okay, and invite your friends also to site talk, okay. Thank you very much, Shambhavi. Now, Maria, please go ahead. Maria, please, yeah, I made you co-host.
Yeah, Doctor, can you make the host as Anshul? Dr. Anshul will be sharing my screen, sir.
Acha, Anshu is also a host and you are also a host.
Yeah.
You can enable editing here, so you'll be able to.
I think Anshul, you are sharing my presentation.
No, this is not my presentation. Mine is Tony Robbins one's.
That's what I thought.
No, 1 minute. She will be doing. Anshu will be doing. So one of the best aspect, Tony Robinson. Just let them share the visuals. Before that, I will show
a small.
Dr. Ancho. Yeah, you are sharing the presentation.
Yes, sir. Actually, Maria ma'am, have you shared it on my mail?
I've shared it on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Okay. So, Maria, you can just you can take. Meanwhile,
we can continue with someone else till that.
Yeah, Nina, please continue.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Nina, you need the assistance of Anshu, isn't it?
No, I'll do it. I'll do it myself now.
Yeah. Please go ahead. So we have been talking about many greatest presentations in the world.
So can we see it?
Yeah, you can just go to slideshow and start from beginning. Go to slideshow. Top. Slideshow. Yeah. Slideshow.
Yeah.
View, review, slideshow. Click here. Yeah, click here. Slideshow here. Yeah.
Oh, I stopped.
Click slideshow. Yeah.
What happened, sir?
No problem. See, technical glitches, it happens even in Byju's. They are the greatest players. Okay. Recently, entrance examination was conducted online and there was a problem. So even in international levels, these kind of things happen. Yeah, you can just go ahead. Slideshow.
I don't know, sir.
No, slideshow here only. Your top, insert, draw, design, transitions, animations.
Okay, yeah. 1 minute, sir.
Yeah, go to slideshow. No, draw, design, transitions, animations, slideshow. Yeah, click that. Play from start. Yeah, you can go ahead.
You can go down also. Yes, yes.
It's there. You can just start.
Okay, sorry. Thank you so much for your patience. I think there are so many presenters who have been here and you've been listening so patiently. And mine being, I think, I don't know, I'm the 8th or 9th one, but thank you so much for being there and still continuing, showing the patience. And I'm going to do and talk about why I like Dan Pink's presentation as great. As you can see on the picture, he's Dan Pink, and what he normally was famous for was he's basically he was a lawyer. He has written almost 7 books or 5 books on work, business, management, and behavior, which has been translated into 35 languages and have sold more than 2 million copies worldwide. Now, coming back to the presentation, he has been an influence of so many people that by reaching 18 million people, he has inspired, changed, he has changed the business minds all over the world. His fresh ideas can influence the whole structure of a company, including incentives and the motivation of employees. Now here what we are talking about that how in this, I'll show you this, his video, which is very little one that I'm sharing. It's just a few seconds, which I want you to see. Please let me know if you can actually see it.
Confession at the outset here. A little over 20 years ago, something that I regret. Something that I'm
this
not.
This is the opening of his
something that in many ways I wish no one would ever know. But that here I feel kind of obliged. Late 1980s, in a moment of youthful indiscretion, I went to law school. Now, in America, law is a professional degree. You get your university degree, then you go on to law school. And when I got to law school, I didn't do very well. Put it mildly, I didn't do very well. I, in fact, graduated in the part of my law school class that made the top 90% possible.
Now here, as you saw, he's in the TED Talk and he's talking about himself being a lawyer, though making fun of himself only. But if you see over there, the topic that he has taken is the puzzle of motivation. Opening sentence itself to the audience, he started with a confession of going to a law school and not doing well, which normally people don't do that. But what did he do? He created a curiosity amongst the audience. So he took degree from Yale Law School, which is not a university or a school, law college, which is simple or regular people can go there. So the opening speech which he started with, you immediately, the whole audience was with him. You saw that he was the whole hall. I think you could hear the sound of people laughing and enjoying his opening speech. Now his facial expressions, tone, and he adds a little humor through. If you go through this presentation and you will hear what he was talking further, which I don't want to take so much time, which you can do it later, you will see that he also talks about that how his wife has also told him that being a lawyer, what he should do. So he's put humor also there in his presentation by mentioning a little bit of his wife, his own degree that he has taken. But when we come back to you, when you see his stage, when you see the TED talk where he's actually talking, you'll see his law books also here. You'll see how he has actually staged the stage. So though he's talking and making fun of himself being a lawyer, but at the same time, that is his strength, which he has shown through books on the stage and the way he started. So what we require here was the captivating audience, that audience will listen to him. I think that's what we really require here. When we are talking to an audience, we require that attention from them. I don't know, I'm able to do that or not, but I'm actually impressed by Dan Pink over here. Now, what did we learn from here? We learned, if you go through his speech and presentation, you will see that what he's talking about, which I found very impressive, was that his intrinsic approach for increasing business on the whole.
I'm sorry, ma'am, your voice is not audible.
Nina, your voice is not coming. Nina, you can go from the video and talk. Nina, I think her line is cut. Okay. Nina? Acha, okay. So even we will not be able to. Acha, okay. So she will join and she will explain it. Maria, can you just go ahead? Maria?
Dr. Anshul.
Yeah, I am sharing.
Yeah. So, good evening, everyone. Thank you, sir, for giving this opportunity. Can we just play a small clip of the video of Tony Robbins, The Power of Belief?
Yeah, I'm playing it. Can you just stop the sharing? I will play it.
Yeah, Dr. Anshu, please stop. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing the video. Okay. One second.
I'm so sorry, sir. I think there was some problem in the signal and I went out.
Yeah, only the 2 slides which you want to complete. Yeah, you can just quickly complete it.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I think the way Dan Pink had to confess, I also have to confess something here, that I am in an audition because I'm conducting an event and I'm here in UAE Icon Awards. So, but I took this time, I went aside and I wanted to finish this. But I think small glitches.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
So I would want to say here that what we learn from here is, I'm not sharing the screen here, but I'm just trying to finish it up. That it is not necessary that we always have to have financial incentives for doing certain work, because it takes away our focus. You know, we are just thinking about that financial gains only, and we forget the actual approach towards that objective or goal of what we have to do, which results in a negative impact. So on the whole, when you're performing on the stage also, and you're actually having a powerful, message, I think both ways it actually does a great job. So when we talk about Dan Pink, I would love everyone to see and look at that video and gain how it is so important not to only look at the incentives when you're working towards some goal. If we are doing it with sheer passion, we'll definitely reach everywhere, and it will be easy for us to convince people also. I also wanted to talk, which is a contrast of the presentation, which is how Google works. And here it is totally different, because in if we say which is also amongst the 10 powerful presentation which has been recommended, but here we don't have any speaker in that. Now, if we actually go to how Google Works presentation, you will see we have 54 slides over there, and they are just in demonstration the potential of PowerPoint presentation. Even without a live speaker, it's simple yet engaging. Nature reveals some of the best and most creative methods of presenting short pieces of text, a comic book story, and colorful illustrations. So I'll not go further here, but I would definitely want everyone to look at that and see, without having a speaker, how presentations are so powerful. Even if when we go to Google, we get some images there, and we are so happy to look at it and get all the informations. So by being quiet also, we can do so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Nina, it was very nice, Nina, very nice. It was excellent even without, see, that is what. One of the aspects is, when we are doing any kind of presentation, technical glitch will happen. Even if technical glitch happens, we should know how to manage the way in which Nina managed. That is what great presentation. A great presentation is, sometimes the projector will work. See, once I have taken around 20 trainers to a college for a training program. Okay. Suddenly one trainer is coming and telling, sir, today I cannot take the class, sir. I asked him why. He said, sir, in that class, actually projector is not working. Then I asked him whether a projector is going to take the training or you are going to take the training. Sir, I am only going to take the training. Then why the hell you are depending on the projector? Yeah? Projector may work or projector may not work. You should be able to take the training. We should not depend upon the projector. You don't know, sir, without the projector PPT, I will forget, sir. Then I told him, okay, you do one thing. He asked me, sir, what, sir? The next train is at 5 o'clock. You pack up. That is what we can say, isn't it? The simple aspect is, just like Nina, we should be able to be ready at any point of time, whether current is there or not there, whether PPT is not there or working or not. We should be able to do the presentation in times of emergency. Yeah. Now I will play one of the beautiful and